video was me drawing up my dose from earlier. I was going to do an injection video, but my lady friend came over instead, so I'll do that at a different time. Maybe next week. So, my dose at the moment is 75 milligrams a week, and I was supposed to go to the doctor today to get my blood work done and like a checkup, but I had to reschedule it because my grandma is on her deathbed, like actually, literally, just waiting for the call essentially. So I was exhausted from that and just couldn't bring myself to wake up in time to go to a 9 o'clock appointment. So hopefully this week I will be doing that. I want to talk to my doctor about going on a lower dose, or going back down to maybe 50 milligrams, because I know it's the cumulative effect, but as well as upping my dose, but my voice is dropping much quicker, which you might be able to tell if you go back to my last video, which I think was, I guess that was a month, so yeah, 2 weeks ago, maybe, I can't remember now. So as far as my speaking voice goes, I'm very pleased with the fact that it's dropping, but I'm also not okay with losing control of my singing voice as rapidly. I feel like it could easily get very difficult for me to control it. So I'm going to talk to my doctor about that and see what she thinks. But as far as changes go, I mean, there are some, but they're not like super significant. I feel like my appetite has increased a little bit more, because I was always the person that could like took 3 bites and was like, I'm full. Libido, I think libido is like about the same since it increased, but my stamina seems to be more, which is cool. And my muscles have gotten bigger, which I'll show you at the end of the video because I don't feel like derobing at the moment. What else? I was also told that my stomach has changed a little bit. And I noticed, like 2 days ago, I looked in the mirror and noticed that there's hair, like, actually, you can't really see it. Well, kinda. Maybe that's just my imagination. But I noticed that there's definitely more hair here, right there, as well as, like, on the side, my sideburns. You still can't see them really in the video, but they're there. That's just me. Definitely hairier all around. Still mostly like fuzzy baby hairs, which I'm fine with. I'm not really stoked on getting scruffy, personally. And I think this could also be in my head, but my weight distribution has altered just a little bit. Like in my hip area, it seems like the indent where, like, yeah, in my, like, thigh, ass area seems to be less severe than it was. Clitoral growth, which, I don't know why, but when people say downstairs growth, it like, I don't know, I don't like it. So I'm not gonna say that. That seems to be about the same, or the growth has just slowed down a little bit, which, you know, is neither here nor there. I don't really care either way. And one thing that I did want to talk about is how the more, like, the longer that I'm on T, the more I realize how female I still am, I guess. I don't know if that makes sense. Because I know that I'm definitely not binary identified at all. And I'm feminine, yes, but I also necessarily identify as femme. And my air quotes again. Wait. Whatever. There were air quotes there. I don't identify as femme, quote, unquote. There you go. But I am feminine, but I also still feel very female. But presenting as male, using male pronouns, yada yada yada, is significantly more comfortable. I was at my grandma's room yesterday. She's basically getting hospice care, just end of life care, and I was misgendered all day long, which was really, really hard. Well, they were using the wrong pronouns. And then the few times that, like, my transition was brought up, they were like, well, do we call you she? My aunt was like, well, do I call you my niece in the past, but my nephew? And I'm like, I don't know. That is rather difficult, like, the past-present thing. I understand the confusion, but I feel like if I'm me, and I was still me, just call me, I guess? Like, Lex, he was a girl when he was little, like that. I don't care. For me, there's no discomfort in that knowledge, which I guess I should probably express. So that was hard, and difficult to get through for 5 hours that I was there. And then I guess I just battle with, like, still, is T the right thing for me to do? Is it? And I'm kind of glad that I have to do weekly shots, because that means I have to redecide every week, and that is good for me. And I also am very aware of the fact that I won't be on T my whole life. It's until I'm not ready to be on it anymore. Not maybe. I know that I don't know when necessarily, but I know that it's not something that I want to do forever. Mostly, well, no, that's a lie. Partly because stabbing myself in the leg is, it's not the most pleasant thing to do. So there's that. And I've been neglecting singing. That's a thing. But one thing I wanted to do, I had an idea to do, is I feel like there's a lot of lacking information about singing voice. Like your singing voice and taking tea. And because that's one thing that was, like, a major concern of mine, and I've heard a lot of people, like, various videos and things on Tumblr, like, very concerned about their singing voice. And there's not necessarily, like, since everybody is different, there's not, like, there are no ultimates or absolutes as far as that goes. What the fuck just happened there? You see? My shirt is, like, sparkling. That's cool. The lighting changed. Oh, yeah. Anyway, so I was thinking that I would do more informative videos on singing specifically, and how that is for me, and vice versa. I am going to put which I've neglected to do on several of my videos, but I'm going to put my chip-in link down. I'm still bad at this. Why am I still bad at this? Down there. For you, if you feel so inclined. I really want to get my name changed and my gender marker changed. Especially because I know I'm going to be passing soon. And I just would like to avoid as much awkwardness with that, especially when I go to bars and shit. Which I have not shared this yet. I don't think I've shared this. But I'm going to be going with Alexander Llewellyn, which doesn't really matter to me, but it is a man's name. It's very classic. It's mostly a last name these days, but that also has some representation to me because it means like a lion, and I've always heavily identified with lions. And the Darling children and Peter Pan were based off of the Llewellyn children that J.M. Barrie hung out with, or whatever. And I have a Peter Pan tattoo on my back. Peter Pan and Captain Hook silhouettes. And this is probably the longest video that I've done. But I do want to start, like, actually, like, I need, like, specific topics. Like, updates are fine, and updates are good, and I like looking at updates, but also, like, how can my experience help someone else who has maybe a similar experience or similar issues? So if you have any questions regarding anything about my transition, or your transition, or someone you know's transition, or not about transition at all, feel free to ask me in the comments. Because, yeah. That'd be cool. Because I need stuff to talk about, really. I mean, these the changes get boring. You all know this. Especially when you don't really have that many to report. And you're just like, oh, this is my voice 6 weeks on T. Which I never say until just now, actually. I've never said that in a video. You know what, let me just, the lighting is horrible, but let me just really fast show you my arm muscles really fast. And, what else? What else can I say about this? It's May Day. Oh, that's one thing I forgot to do at the beginning of my video, is to say the date. It is May Day, May 1st, or International Labor Day. So, here are my muscles. Wait, oh god, I'm so horrible. There's this one, and this one, and then super. So that concludes this episode of Lex 6 Weeks on T. If you feel so inclined to donate to help me change my name, and maybe help me go get tea from Strohecker, because my pharmacy is fucking stupid and they only give me 2 milliliters per 30 days, even though I'm supposed to do it weekly, and my prescription is 75 milligrams. So that's fucking stupid. So, $60, $70-ish, I think, from Stroheckers to get it from there. So, now that I have just continued to ramble on, I'm going to actually say farewell. Follow me on Tumblr if you want, on jupiter.tumblr.com. You can look at my website if you want to, likesgarey.com. It's going to be undergoing some maintenance here in the next few weeks. That's just not even at all. No. There we go. Alright, so, those things. If you want to do them, that'd be cool. Ask me questions. If you have any song requests, feel free to leave those. And that is all. Goodbye and good night. And this is the longest video I've ever done.